Hello, everyone, and welcome to Harlem Grown's 10th annual gala, coming to you virtually this year. I'm Cheryl Wills, anchor with New York One, host of the talk show In Focus. Hopefully, you saw Harlem Grown on my talk show very recently. I am thrilled to be joining you as the MC for tonight's gala. I'm not just any host. I'm really connected to this amazing nonprofit. And out of an abundance of caution, with the state of the world today, we have decided to come to you virtually, and we're really happy to be together, even though it is virtual. But we have a lot to celebrate, don't we? 10 years. 10 years of transforming a community and looking ahead to the next 10 years. Before I tell you what's about to happen tonight, let me get a little personal if that's okay. I met Tony Hillary 10 years ago when he just started out with this vision. And I remember him telling me about how he drove around Stevie Wonder. And I was like, Stevie Wonder! But he had something much bigger than his incredible career before this. He had a vision of transforming vacant lots into an oasis. And he did exactly that. I know he would say, Cheryl, I didn't do it alone. Correct. He did not do it alone. But it starts with the vision of one. And Tony Hillary had that vision. And I am proud to say I was the first reporter to interview him because I was as intrigued as he was. He started out with this little lot outside of a school, and look at it now. Look at Harlem Grown. I remember when he was getting the t-shirts and handing out the t-shirts to everyone and pounding the pavement and visiting every business in Harlem. And then poof, it caught on like fire. Harlem Grown is an inspiration around the world. That recent feature in Humans of New York, ooh, that big feature on CNN, and I could go on. But I just want to say on a very personal note how proud I am that Harlem Grown is celebrating its 10th anniversary. So we all have something to celebrate. Let's get down to a little housekeeping, shall we? Tonight there will be opportunities to give through the event website. Make sure you visit that by donating or participating in our silent auction. Please bid and again. To make a donation tonight, you can visit the menu bar located on the left side of the event homepage or by scanning tonight's donation QR code. Now, don't forget to check out tonight's silent auction items located on the navigational bar on the event homepage. Make sure to send in messages during this evening's program by using the chat function as well, which is located to the right of this video screen. And lastly, make sure you check out tonight's virtual photo booth. Yeah, it's a virtual photo booth where you can take photos, boomerangs, and GIFs, also located on the event homepage. You can use your computer or scan the QR code to pull up to the photo booth on your phone. It's the next best thing to being there. There are so many great features on the event site, so make sure you explore them all this evening. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to present the founder of Harlem Grown, the man, the myth, the legend, Tony Hillary.
Welcome everybody to our 10-year anniversary gala. 10 years. Can you imagine a decade ago wandering into an elementary school to do some service, to fill some time, and a decade later it becoming my life's work. A totally new career path. Who could imagine? Surely not me. But I have to thank each and every one of you for all your undying support. Monetarily, time, volunteerism, in kind, whatever it does. You know the old saying that no one can do everything, but everyone can do something, and this is indicating that exactly. Everyone doing something, creating this beautiful oasis here in the center of Harlem for 10 years. And just reflecting on those 10 years, I got to go back on what I found when I walked into that school. It was very alarming. No need to revisit those statistics. We all know what I'm talking about. But what I learned was that any child from anywhere, from any circumstance, given equal access and opportunity, can thrive. They can succeed in this thing we call life. And this is a perfect indication of that, and we've proven it over the last 10 years. But during the pandemic, I learned a lot. I learned a lot, not only about the needs of this great community, Harlem, these resilient children that we serve every day, and our staff, but myself. I realized that no man nor organization is an island on its own. We need collaboration. We need diversity of not just people, but of thought, ideas, ways of doing things, just across the board. And with that, I realized that although the last 10 years have been a huge success in anyone's opinion, and we have living proof here. These little children who've been with me for this whole ride, several of them in four-year universities, my muse, Nevaeh, in her sophomore year at an all-girl private school downtown on the honor roll. Go Nevaeh. I am so proud of these children. But what I've learned is I think I've gotten as far as I can on grit, passion, and determination. Now we need structure, organization, systems, data collection. We need a skill set that I am openly and honest, I don't think I'm effectively equipped with that. So we did a national search. Thank goodness the board of directors are never-ending supportive board of directors, awarded me with a new position. So now I'm the founder, CEO, go Tony. And we hired an executive director. We did a national search. And this is a funny story. We did a national search. We had hundreds of applicants from around the country. And we finalized and offered the position to Nicole Engel, who worked 4 blocks away from where we are right now. So in all this time, my partner in this next 10-year journey to get us to we all know we deserve to be and we need to be. Nicole's background, although slightly different, her whole professional career has been here in Harlem, serving the same exact community, the same exact children that I have been for the last 10 years. And to watch Nicole come in here and tackle the big issues, strategic planning, quantitative data, reorganization of staff and programs, and to be able to pivot on a dime and still be on our hands and knees with a little child in need on the farm is not only a joy to see, but it's a gift. Very few people possess that gift. And I am honored to call her my partner in this work. And I can't wait for all of you to meet her, and you'll see the secret is out. It's not a secret anymore. She's awesome. And together, we're gonna take this to the level that we all know we deserve and need to be. And again, thank you all. Thank you so, so very much for all of your support, love, volunteering. Everything you do makes a difference here. And with that, I thank you all.
It's really important that kids, adults, people of all ages, period, just know that like there is a place where they could come no matter like your background and you won't be judged, that you can help out and that, you know, you can still be involved in your community in a positive way and still make an impact.
Harlem Grown is important for the community, one, because it gives people a place to get naturally sourced, locally sourced produce, literally right down the block from like where they're at, and also free of charge. Like you can't beat free, right? And it's important for us to recognize that we have privilege because not everybody has the means and resources to do that. So I think Harlem Grown is important in that sense where we can provide things for the community that they normally may not have access to, but also this space is very much a social, emotional learning space.
I think a lot of it too is, there's a lot of therapeutic value. I think we're in a time where there's a lot of stress and anxiety, particularly with young people, and not knowing how to process it, and even older people, and that even kind of interacting with nature, and that we can really truly bring this abundance and kind of this lush, flourishing capacity of working with, biology, like hands-on. I think there's a huge amount of value for introducing people to working with nature, even in the neighborhood. The fact that 10 years ago this was an empty lot, an old garden that was abandoned, but through a decade of work and added organic matter, we have this beautiful, lush, bucolic place in central Harlem. People walk by here, whether they've been in the neighborhood, just been a bunch of blocks over, people that just moved here, and they're gobsmacked when they show up here. So I think there's a lot of power in how, especially what I do with compost, that we can turn those empty lots and kind of, really do a lot of ecological engineering and change. So
Harlem Grown is necessary for those kids who need a different outlet, as opposed to just sports, solely academics. In a lot of different urban communities, there's just certain things that kids are preview to, certain things that the community is preview to. I don't think growing or farming is one of them, and it's just a good addition to something that the kids can learn and be a part of.
The impact that Harlem Grown has had on the community is very present. We start to see people in the neighborhood that you never really knew were in the neighborhood until now, because we have this community space available for that. There's more enthusiasm when it comes to talking about food production. A lot of children especially come in ready to get their hands dirty, because it's an experience that isn't available to as many people as ideally it would be. I noticed that a lot of the people that I would just see hanging out outside, causing trouble, would just be like, oh yeah, we're going to Mr. Tony's garden. And then they would just be inside the garden. They wouldn't they'd stay out of trouble. And it's helped other people, even people who thought they didn't have much of a future, they've been able to find that within themselves due to the people in Harlem Grown reassuring them. A lot of times, if you're not the standard, good grades or perfect family background, people make you think that, you're not gonna do much. But in Harlem Grown, no matter who you are, where you come from and your background, you're still given the opportunity to be the best person. Everybody working here, from the volunteers to the staff, everyone makes you feel welcomed. It makes you feel like you're the best person you could be.
Again, so proud of you, Tony. And look at what your vision has blossomed into. It only starts with one, and then it multiplies by many. Keep doing what you're doing, my good brother. Okay, so we know the impact that Harlem Grown has had on children and families in the neighborhood, and they're just getting started. 10 years is young. They're taking this to some next level stuff. So you too can change children's lives by donating tonight. So we're excited now to present our first award of the evening. The Corporate Partner of the Decade Award is being presented to Juice Generation. Juice Generation is New York's premier juice bar. They make it a priority to find the healthiest ingredients from the best sources by using locally grown organic produce and supporting small farms and orchards. They hope to inspire others to live healthier, more sustainable lives. Juice Generation employees are some of our best volunteers. So a big congratulations to Juice Generation. Let's hear from them now.
Congratulations, Harlem Grown, on your 10-year anniversary. Juice Generation is incredibly proud to be here receiving the Corporate Partner of the Decade Award. It was 8 years ago that Simone and myself first stumbled into the garden on 134th Street, where, like everybody else, we were immediately wowed by Tony's passion and amazed by the urban oasis that he and the kids had created right here in Harlem. We both decided right then and there to get involved, and we haven't looked back since.
As a wellness company that cares about sustainability, healthy living, and giving back, hearing about Harlem Grown's mission to teach children really spoke to us. And over the years, we've been there to watch Harlem Grown blossom. It's been such an amazing journey to see lush gardens turn into produce-yielding farms. And I can remember the first time we took Harlem Grown children into our stores to teach them about juicing fresh fruits and veggies. Over the years, we've seen these same kids grow right before our very eyes. They've been on JG-sponsored field trips with us, they've come to holiday parties and volunteer events, and in our most significant initiative, we helped build the Juice Generation Impact Farm to help teach these same children new ways of growing food. And while we like to think we've had a small impact in the lives of Harlem Grown, they've had an even bigger impact on how we do things here at Juice Generation.
We have a motto at Juice Generation, which is, you can't grow what you don't sow. Working with Harlem Grown gave birth to our company volunteer program, where we offer all of our employees paid hours to get involved with the local community. Working with Harlem Grown has planted seeds that foster growth, connection, and nourishment right here in New York City.
We couldn't be more thankful to Tony and all of the Harlem Grown staff and families for welcoming us into the Farmily all those years ago. We have accomplished so much together, and we look forward to all the amazing opportunities that lie ahead. So thank you, everybody. Thank you again.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Juice Generation. We appreciate you supporting Harlem Grown. You know, I don't know about you, but this whole virtual remote world that we were all forced to live with has been a major challenge. I'm sure not just for me, but for so many of you who are watching tonight. But what do you do if your organization is all about that human connection, all about that touch, taking care of those most vulnerable by feeding their bodies and the souls? It's not easy doing that virtually. At this time, I'd like to introduce this next clip, which will show us how Harlem Grown has been able to thrive and survive during COVID. Take a look.
Hi, my name is Belena Satepani. I'm from Satepani Restaurant. We're located on 120th and Lenox. We started working with Harlem Grown throughout the pandemic, and this has been a partnership that's meant so much to my family and I, and to our restaurant. But what we started doing throughout the pandemic was, through Harlem Grown, we were able to provide thousands of meals to hospital workers and to families within our very own community. So we were able to provide something warm and delicious that made someone feel good, and that meant the world to me, the world to us. And it was just something so beautiful. We still today continue working with Harlem Grown because every single menu would be incomplete without Harlem Grown mushrooms. So on all of our menus, we are always including either pizza con I funghi, and they're locally grown in our own community. So there's that. We have risotto con I funghi. We've done ravioli with mushrooms, and we love, love, love that it's 0 kilometers. Like, it's right here in our very own backyard. I live 2 blocks away from here. Like, this is my community, and being able to combine all of this together just makes me so, so, so happy. And we love everything about Harlem Grown. Tony, I love you. You're like my favorite uncle. Mwah. Happy birthday, Harlem Grown. We love you. Mwah, mwah.
The proof is right there, my friends. We're so glad you're staying with us for this special 10th anniversary gala. And it has been absolutely amazing to see what Harlem Grown has been able to do, even in the midst of a pandemic. Nothing will stop this grassroots organization. Next up is the Vision of Change Award. This award is being presented to the Betsy and Jesse Fink Family Foundation. That foundation seeks to move communities toward a more balanced, sustainable relationship with the environment. The foundation supports and invests in innovative organizations that promote the better use of natural resources, preserve biological diversity, and enhance the health of humanity. The foundation also supports and collaborates with those who serve as catalysts and conveners to leverage impact and accomplish shared goals while upholding a strong belief in people and the power of community. And that's really what Harlem Grown is all about, the power of community. The foundation has supported Harlem Grown since its inception and is proud to have have Tony Hillary as one of its Fink Fellows. Congratulations to Betsy and Jesse Fink Family Foundation.
Hi everyone. What a wonderful night to celebrate Harlem Grown. Betsy and I are honored to be the recipients of the Vision of Change Award. It means a lot to us. We've been a part of Harlem Grown, and Harlem Grown has been a part of us since the very beginning. We'd like to thank Ed and Shauna Norton to start with, because they made the introduction to Mr. Tony and Harlem Grown. And from there, Mr. Tony and the team made it all happen. And for 10 years, it feels like we have all been connected as a family. We have learned together, grown together, cried together, shared together. And we are just so amazed at what the organization has become over those 10 years.
We're so sorry we can't all be together though, in person, because Tony and the team give us so much inspiration in continuing this work, and the energy is incredible and it's infectious. And we have amazing memories of all the times the kids would come up to our farm in Connecticut, and those were really beautiful moments and experiences that we had with them, or lying in the grass and looking at the stars. So, those kind of moments will always be with me.
And I would say, while they learned a lot from us and from everything else at the farm, we learned so much from these young kids. We really learned love and compassion and a thirst for learning and curiosity. And those, as Betsy said, those were just such memorable days for us. I also say the mentoring that we saw happening at Harlem Grown between the leadership and the teachers and the students, or the camp counselors, all of those, everybody was learning and growing together. It was just phenomenal to be a part of that.
And we've really changed, how we do philanthropy because of this. We have always been very involved in the environmental world. This merged our love of the environment and really brought it to the people. And I think that was really important for us to understand how impactful it is and how important it is for everyone to know where their food comes from and to really value the earth. And so it really has changed us and what is important to us. So thank you so much for this award, and congratulations to all of the other honorees and their awards. And thank you to Harlem Grown for all of the work you do and the important work that you do in Harlem and the impact that you have on these children.
Betsy and Jesse, thank you so much for believing in Harlem Grown. Much love to you. Next up is another equally important Vision of Change Award. This time, the Vision of Change Award is being presented to the Anniversary Foundation. Mary Arnaud is an elementary school educator specializing in children's literacy. Along with her husband, Mark, she also directs the Anniversary Foundation, which is focused primarily on environmental and community sustainability. She's especially inspired by Harlem Grown's holistic approach to supporting young people's development while also teaching them environmental awareness and stewardship. Mary has been a board member at Harlem Grown for 4 years now. Congratulations to the Anniversary Foundation.
My name is Mari Arnaud of the Anahata Foundation, and I'm so honored to be accepting the Vision of Change Award from Harlem Grown. Harlem Grown is an incredible organization. Our foundation focuses on community sustainability, environment, and climate protection. And for us, Harlem Grown checks all 3 of these boxes. Growing fresh produce in a dense urban area where the people are reduces the carbon footprint of the food that we eat. So that alone is a huge contribution to helping create a better structure for our society for the future. as we face climate change. So teaching kids sustainable practices for their everyday life habits is huge, and Harlem Grown does that so beautifully. We need to support our children for a healthy future. Kids in Harlem are just as bright and beautiful as kids anywhere, but many of the children in this community don't have very many resources to rely on. All they need is support, and they will grow. With more funding and more time, I would just love to see Harlem Grown expand its reach all through Harlem, add more farms, reach more schools, reach more children and families. My favorite thing about Harlem Grown, that is impossible to answer because there's so many things I love about Harlem Grown. But I'll say that one of the biggest smiles on my face is when I see really little kids come in here and just getting immersed in the beauty of this oasis and immersed in the experience of fresh food and support of this whole family.
Congratulations again to the Anniversary Foundation. As a reminder tonight, there'll be more opportunities to give through our website by donating or participating in our silent auction. To make a donation tonight, you can visit the menu bar on the event homepage or by scanning tonight's donation QR code. And just a reminder, don't forget to check out tonight's silent auction items located again on the navigational bar on the event homepage. Okay, now it's time to take a look at another incredible video that highlights all of the fabulous programs that Harlem Grown provides to children and families of the neighborhood. Check this out.
So we learn about like urban farming and stuff and how to like put like seeds in little pods. And then, yeah, we also learned how to pick weeds, do a bunch of other like plant stuff. It was amazing.
What we do is we grow food, but what we also do is we grow people, and that's through our programs. If you want to see the impact that our donors are providing, it's in our programs. It's our summer camp that services 50 kids every summer free, full day programming. It's our Saturday programs where we teach children all day long on our farms. It's our after school programs.
The last program I participated in Harlem Grown was a summer camp program. I was a junior counselor. Some of the things that I taught some of the kids was how to use your words instead of your hands, how to really, express your feelings. One thing I've learned since I've been in Harlem Grown was how to eat healthy, how to actually cook foods that might be, not sounding the best and might not be tasting the best, but how to really reduce the sugar intakes and how I changed from eating a lot of fat foods and a lot of sweet foods, a lot of healthy and a lot of clean foods.
Harlem Grown is super important to this community, and it's vital because it gives us a space as Harlem residents to conglomerate and just get to know each other. It's a safe space for so many children and so many single-parent households. It provides access to healthy foods, clean foods. It's a place of education and growth, and it's super important that people try to support this organization just for those reasons alone.
Well, Harlem Grown's impact in the community is enormous. First of all, to have a committed group of board of directors, a committed group of staff, a committed founder to Harlem, where you're concerned about the kids, you're concerned about the adults and the families, you're concerned about their livelihood and their condition. So it's not something as if they're just saying, hey, come and work in our garden for the day, and we'll see you maybe next month when you want to volunteer again. Harlem Grown is invested in those families, and we couldn't be more appreciative of the work that they're doing, because they're not only doing the work of gardening and nutrition, but they're doing the work of upbuilding families and keeping kids activated. And that's just an enormous quadruple bottom line impact, in this community.
My name is Alana, and the shirt that I'm wearing is Harlem Grown. For breakfast, we have sometimes muffins, which are my favorite, and sometimes strawberries. I ate strawberries today, and Harlem Grown, I like Harlem Grown
I don't know about you, but I'm inspired. I'm really overwhelmed, really, because remember, I saw this as a seed in Tony Hillary's mind, and look at what it is now. This is the epitome of seeing a dream come true. That video proves it. So congratulations again to everyone at Harlem Grown for changing the community. Now back to our all-important award. The Architect of Impact Award will be presented to John Califatis, founder of the Skyline Charitable Foundation. Mr. John Califatis founded Skyline Restoration Incorporated, the leading exterior restoration firm in the New York metropolitan area, which has since been a catalyst to forming one of the largest groups of construction companies right here in New York City. The Skyline Charitable Foundation was established back in 2014 to serve as a channel for proceeds to be spread among multiple charities, which gives the supporters the freedom to allocate their donation according to their preference. We love the word freedom, don't we? The foundation started Rap for Bronx during COVID and asked for mentoring. Well, they fell in love with Harlem Grown's work and started supporting us with capital projects and financial support. So congratulations to John and the Skyline Charitable Foundation.
Hello, my name is John Califatis. I'm the founder of Skyline Charitable Organization. I'm the recipient of the Architect of Impact Award. I'm humbled and I'm honored. I had an eye-opener when I attended a ribbon cutting event for TMA. Watched these young children, how wide their eyes open, absorbing everything they would watch, observe, and hear. Forming characters and directing people to become and seek their potential and get the best out of their lives and themselves. I personally found it very important, and Harlem Grown definitely is heading that direction, if not is there already. So it's my pleasure to keep assisting them within our power and keep offering our experience and helping them construct and assist in multiple different ways. Of course, there's needs in our big city, and not only that with our limited capacity, we have to pick and choose who we donate to. I trust that Harlem Grown is of utmost importance, primarily because I have personal sensitivity when it comes to children in general, and because of the great job that Harlem Grown is doing to give them experience, familiarize them with the realities of life, not the fakeness of life, and give them something to hold on, to dream about, and create much better characters. I think it's important what they do, and I'm more than happy to donate and help.
My name is Shana McCormick, and I am the Executive Director for the Skyline Charitable Foundation and also the Program Director for Rap for Bronx, which is the Relief Access Program for the Bronx. I have a relationship with Harlem Grown and Tony for a number of months, almost 2 years now, and we've worked together with the common mission of battling and fighting food insecurity and working together to create generational wealth for our youth. We're running a food relief program in the Bronx, and we're at the communities in which we're serving and involved in are at the intersection of food insecurity. They're living in food deserts and food swamps. It's really important for us to work with and maintain this beautiful relationship with Harlem Grown because they're really promoting and educating our youth and our communities on the importance of growing their own food, eating more healthy, and how that can create generational wealth. So we're pooling resources and educating each other and our communities, and it's a really important partnership. With Harlem Grown overall as an organization, I had the opportunity and the pleasure to be a part of the TMA ribbon cutting, in which Skyline Restoration helped build out that farm, and just seeing the kids and the promise and excitement in their eyes to see this new farm and all that they could do and take part in at this new farm was really, really rewarding.
Hey, thanks again to the Skyline Charitable Foundation. You are truly appreciated. Thank you. We are moving on now to the presentation of our Community Partner of the Decade Award. We are so honored to present this to Genesis Companies. Genesis Companies is a full-service real estate development firm that specializes in financing, developing, and operating mixed-income and mixed-use residential projects. Genesis has developed a reputation for transforming underutilized or underperforming real estate assets into quality, energy-efficient projects that enhance urban centers while remaining accessible to the residents of these communities. Got that? They're a big deal. Genesis and its founder, Karim Hudson, has been supporting Harlem Grown for 5 years now, providing both financial support and a large space on 134th Street to enable HD to streamline their operations. Congratulations again to Genesis Companies.
My name is Karim Hudson, and I'm the founder and managing member of Genesis Companies. So my connection to Harlem Grown is, wow, it's been quite a while. I met Tony, and he came and talked to me about some of the work that he was doing in the community. He told me his story about how he wanted to, fight, the effects of malnutrition in the community, how he wanted to impact kids in a positive way, and his effort to really create gardens, to create more education around healthy eating, healthy foods, and to give really kids an initiative to go do something out in the outdoors. And it really just inspired me. And so as a real estate developer, I looked at my portfolio and I said, wow, we have lots that are open, that are underutilized. What better program is there than Harlem Grown to partner with them to take these lots, to activate them, to create gardens, and more importantly, to create spaces where the community can gather, the community can work together, the community can grow vegetables, and to actually give those vegetables out to the community. And so our partnership with Harlem Grown has only flourished over time. We were helpful as they were building their greenhouse with providing water and electricity. We partnered with them on several occasions where we've had empty lots for them to come and to create gardens. I know that they're always in our buildings, working with the kids, working with the families, providing free food. My favorite thing about Harlem Grown is my wife is on the board of directors. But outside of that, I love the passion and the commitment of everybody that I've met, and how much they're so focused on these gardens, and not just what the gardens produce, but how the gardens affect people's lives. And to me, that is such a huge difference, and that's such a beautiful thing. And I just want to congratulate them on everything that they've been able to accomplish, and I look forward to working with them as they accomplish much more. Harlem Grown is well run. Harlem Grown is focused. Harlem Grown has real results in the community, in New York City. They're doing the right thing all the time, and it's tangible results that make a difference in people's lives. And for me, when I'm giving, that's really the top 10 things that I care about in terms of why someone should be giving to an organization. Results, management, efficiency, and desire in the right place.
Thanks again, Genesis Companies. We couldn't do it without you. Appreciate you. We're moving now to the presentation of our Roots of Harlem Grown Award. We are honored to present this award to Edward Norton and Shauna Robertson. They have been supporters of Harlem Grown since day one. In fact, Edward and Shauna provided the first donation, the very first donation, which allowed Harlem Grown to be born. And they've remained steadfast supporters and a strategic sounding board to Tony and Harlem Grown ever since. You know, you never forget the people who were with you from day one. There's always lots of naysayers when you're trying to get something off the ground, but then there are always those who are with you to the end. And we're proud of these two award recipients. Congratulations to Edward and Shauna.
Hi, Tony. Hello, everyone at Harlem Grown. It's Shauna and Edward, And we're just thrilled to be involved tonight and included. I'm sorry we're not there in person, but we are honored to be one of the many roots of Harlem Grown, and we hope you have a wonderful event tonight.
Tony, for me, the roots of Harlem Grown started sprouting in a strange place for anything to grow, which is the front seat of your Escalade. An SUV driving on the JFK is not usually where many great things take root, but my entire memory of the roots of Harlem Grown is the great conversations we used to have about getting involved, getting engaged, you wanting to make a difference. And I am just astonished, inspired, and impressed to no end by what you have achieved and your team has achieved since those days of brainstorming on the highway. To me, the roots of Harlem Grown fundamentally are with you, and the many years, these incredible 10 years of accomplishment and contribution really for us have been an inspiration more than anything else. I mean, you and your team and the kids up there have just, whatever anybody's contributed to Harlem Grown has given back to all of us much, much more in inspiration, motivation, a refreshed perspective on what matters most in life. And we're pleased to just sit on the edge watching the beauty that has unfolded up there under your guidance. We really don't deserve anything more than what you've already given us, but thank you for celebrating us as a part of this. And here's to the next 10 years. We love you.
And now at this time, it's my pleasure to introduce you to the Executive Director of Harlem Grown, Nicole Engel. Take it away, Nicole.
Hi, my name is Nicole Engel, and I am the new Executive Director of Harlem Grown. I have spent my entire professional career in Harlem. I laugh because I started by teaching kindergarten 2 blocks away from our impact farm. And I had never stepped foot on a Harlem Grown farm. I didn't know what Harlem Grown was. And here I am teaching and working in school administration, working with kids in our community every day, and seeing the magic of our children, but also seeing the struggles. I've spent years looking at the power of education next to the power of food. How can children be expected to learn if they don't have proper nutrition? And it's not only about healthy food, it's about food, period. I spent my years teaching, stuffing extra snacks into my kids' backpacks who I knew were gonna go the weekend without food. And it's really hard to focus on math and English when you're hungry. Food is a basic human need, and we don't talk about it enough. I'm going about my job, I get an email about this opportunity, and I remember saying to my husband, I'm not gonna take this job, but I'll talk to them. It's a community organization, I work nearby, let me hear what they have to say. And I get back from my first chat with Mr. Tony Hillary, I look at my husband, I said, I think I'm taking this job. And honestly, the best decision I've ever made. Healthy habits start young, and seeing somebody who's 3 begging to eat the cucumber off the tree, that's powerful. We are trying to provide kids access to healthy food, but it's not just about access. It's about education. Even if you have access to something, if you don't understand why you should eat it, if you don't try it, then access doesn't matter. And so I love coming here on Saturdays. I love teaching kids why they should love spinach and kale and how to make tarragon butter for their toast and rose honey for their pancakes that are healthy and nutritious and taste good, because healthy food doesn't just need to be healthy. It can also be yummy, and there can be joy, and there should be smiles and giggles and happiness, and that is what we're creating here. It is access, but it's also support and love and happiness. I want to thank all of our sponsors today who have helped us get to where we are and are going to be a part of our next 10-year journey. I wanted to give a special thank you to our presenting sponsors. We could not have done it without you. Juice Generation, the Skyline Foundation, the Fink Family Foundation, and the Anahata Foundation, thank you. Your immense support has allowed us to build the foundation of what we are doing here, and we know we're just getting started. Thank you to the Genesis Company, who has been our partner on the ground for the past 10 years. You've given us funds, but you've given us space and support, and that means so much to us. Thank you. And to the rest of our sponsors, you have helped us so immensely during the past 2 and 10 years that have been difficult, but so rewarding. We can't wait to continue this work with you. I wish we were in person, and I can't wait for next year. Thank you, and good night.
Thanks so much, Nicole. Tonight has highlighted to all of us the enormous impact that Harlem Grown has made to so many and the important role they play in the Harlem community. If you'd like to make a donation tonight, please visit the menu bar on the event homepage or by scanning tonight's donation QR code. Every single dollar counts, and we know there's no donation too big or too small. A few reminders. The auction is closing at 9 p.m. tonight, so don't miss out. Get those final bids in now. Check out the auction items on the navigational bar on the event homepage. Don't forget to check out the virtual photo booth and make sure you finish all the steps to have your picture emailed to you. All photos taken in the photo booth will be part of the photo mosaic that we're creating throughout the night. Wait until you see it. So thank you to all of our sponsors tonight. And one last personal note from yours truly. You know, I've been a journalist for 30 years now. Usually when the TV crews go to Harlem, it's not for anything good. It's usually for something negative. Then everyone comes running with their cameras. And I'm proud to say, again, I was the first camera to run to Tony Hillary because I believe in the best of Harlem, of all urban centers, of people of color. All we need is for a lot more Tony Hillarys, and we're going to be all right. Because Harlem Grown can be South Central grown. It could be Chicago grown. It's amazing how when you dig into the earth, and you get your hands dirty. You don't have to be a farmer. When you dig into the earth, something miraculous can happen when you put your whole energy behind it. And that's what Tony Hillary has done. And he's inspired so many and touched an entire community that's had a ripple effect all over the country and now the world. So again, my sincere gratitude even to invite me to be the host for this incredible gala. 10 years and counting. I'm looking forward to the next 10. Again, congratulations to all of the honorees. We'll be hosting our annual Thanksgiving drive on November 23rd. Please reach out to Harlem Grown if you're interested in learning how you can help. So thanks again for having me this evening. It's your friend Cheryl Wills from New York One. Good night. Stay safe. Keep getting your hands dirty. Keep digging up the soil. Good luck, Tony, and we all hope to see you real soon. The next time we have a gathering, it'll be in person. Take care, and thanks again for supporting Harlem Grown.